Hi, welcome back to Millennium Workshop. Today we are going to be doing some more upgrading to our Bambu Labs P1S. We got some new build plates, got a new door, new extruder. Um, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So sit back, relax, and let's get into this. Right off the bat, we got the BIQU Panda Jetpack lightweight hollow design extruder cover. This thing just looks absolutely sweet. A little bit of vanity there. Got the Panda extruder as I drop it. That is all cut out of aluminum. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to be getting rid of all the plastic that's in the extruder. We're going to replace that also the BIQU Panda Claw extruder gears as well. I just love the fact of having, more metal inside instead of running these with plastic like how they come factory from Bambu. I mean, just holding these in hand, you definitely feel the quality that you're going to be putting into your printer. So, the better the quality parts, better the printer's going to be. And I think when you take a Bambu printer that's already reliable and, already prints so well and you can add some better parts to it, you're only going to have a better experience. I'm actually going to be changing all my printers over to this extruder. The print quality has been absolutely amazing. Now, the lightweight cover, skeletonized cover, definitely just looks really cool on your printer. Um, it does. It is lighter than the original cover that comes with the Bambu printer, so I don't know if that's actually going to change any speeds. But with the how the cooling is through the jet portion of it, I've just had much better prints on my printer that has this all installed. I love the fact that it came with some cool little stickers. Now it's time to disassemble the cover plate. Also, we're going to be taking the extruder off, so we're going to be replacing all that. This was a very easy build, especially once your wires come off. Your hot end, your extruder. The extruder is held in by 3 different screws. Once you get those out, the whole thing just kind of just falls out, and it's just this part is just not hard. So don't be scared. I did this change. I replaced the nozzle as well when I did this because I actually had a clog, and instead of just dealing with the clog, I just decided I was just going to replace the nozzle and just do everything new on the inside, just so we can run some tests on it. Before the entire extruder can actually come out of the printer, you need to take out off the cutter, and then the rest of it will just kind of just fall out. I mean, it's literally just that easy of what you just saw. All right, comparison. Overall, the size is exactly the same. The bottom jet where air is going to be flowing through the cover on the bottom is much bigger and a little bit bulkier, but the weight is just much lower. So you just have to take the fan off, and once you take the fan off, you are just going to take the same screws that you're removing and you're going to be putting it on the Panda Jet itself. Now, this is one thing I just absolutely love. I love personalization. I love the fact that, you know, BIQU sent a fun little sticker. I just think that's really cool. You could put your own sticker on there. You could kind of make it into whatever you want. Now this, I mean, it's definitely 3D printed. Um, so just be gentle when you're screwing your screws back in. You don't want to like over tighten it. You want it to be snug, but not overly tight. Um, it wasn't hard to do. I mean, this swap out took maybe 5 minutes. Um, it's the overcoming the confidence and the fact that you can do this that was more scary than actually doing it. Now, when it comes to the extruder, we're going to take the hot end off first, and then we're going to actually open up the extruder because we are going to, one, you want to see how it all goes together. I mean, you could read about it, you could see some photos, but, you know, for me, like, I need to actually, like, open it up, see how it works, and then just install back into the new aluminum extruder that we're going to be putting in. So we're going to be stealing the runout sensor. So this is the runout sensor that I'm working on right now. It's held in by 2 screws. Once those come off, it just really just pops right off. Now it is held down by some tape. I didn't realize that until after I tried to get it off. But once you get that off, it just pops right out. And we're going to be reusing that and installing that into the new aluminum chassis. Now, taking this apart, you may have to take this apart at time if you have a clog or you have filament stuck in here. So all these steps can be used just to, fix what you already have. It's 4 screws, and then the actual housing just comes right apart. We're gonna pull I wanted to know where the bearings are. So there are bearings that came with the new extruder, but I wanted to kind of see where they actually go. That, and then there's a screw on the bottom. This is for your claw. Once you get that off, it just kind of pulls out. There's a little spring. Don't lose that spring. I lost mine for about 20 minutes, and I kind of freaked out because you don't get a new screw or spring. Sorry about that. When you're doing this, so you don't want to lose that. That was a little scary there for a minute, but now it's time to just kind of take this apart. So same concept. You're gonna take it apart. Now I did on the bearings add some Loctite. I did not show that here, just because they did have a little bit of wobbling. I don't know if BIQU should probably, send a smidge bigger. I don't even know if it's a big deal if they are a little wobbly. It didn't really move around. It just, if you picked it up and you flipped it over, it would fall out. But it did not do that on the original extruder housing. So just a little bit of Loctite. It's not going anywhere. You're going to watch me fumble around a little bit here. But it seamlessly just all went back together. Now it comes with some grease. I just poured it out, grabbed a paintbrush. You're going to want to grease what's metal on metal. That did not come out the clearest. But just what's going to be metal on metal. If you look at that gear, the top portion is what's touching filament. So the goal is to not get the grease on that. And if you do, just wipe it off with a rag. It's pretty easy cleanup. I don't know if the grease would do anything. It might do something at first or mess with, your first couple prints. But after a while, that grease is going to go away. But getting it on the actual gears itself, um, metal on metal, just going to help it, extrude a little bit smoother. Um, yeah, so this was a little bit difficult. I don't know why I was struggling with this, but getting that spring back in place. It was a little bit easier to put the spring in first. I tried to put the claw in first. Um, so trial by fire. Yeah, I'm frustrated right here. Did it a couple times. Okay, now I just want to make sure, like, am I even doing this right? Okay, well that's, yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention at this point, um, but I figured it out. Out of this entire build, that spring, for me, that was the hardest part. Getting that straight, it was frustrating for, the 5 minutes I was messing around with it. Um, so if you're frustrated at right here, it's okay because the rest of this goes together so smooth. I mean, grand total time for assembly of the extruder and everything was about an hour. And the only reason why, one, I was filming, and two, um, I was kind of just taking my time with this because I was, I didn't read any instructions. I just, kind of looked at what was already in my printer. So if you want to feel better, this video hopefully will help. Um, but yeah, so, but nothing's the end of the world. You can always, if you put it all together wrong, and you can always take it back apart and start over. It's okay. Like, none of this is going to blow up your printer or destroy your printer. It just, it might get an error, it might not work, but yeah, it looks so sweet too. So some of this is like vanity. Like, I wish it came with different colors. Like, you could get red or yellow. I mean, you could paint this, do a light sand on it, and put a nice, I heat paint, like a engine paint on it, which I might do. If you guys want to see that in a video, we can definitely do it. I think that would be fun. Get some like engine block paint or some rotor paint. Yeah, it'd be nice to have like a nice Cadillac red. Now to really finish this up, we just gotta put the filament runout sensor back on, and this build is done, other than, reassembly, and we got to put our new hot end on. Now, I did not worry about retaping that all down. um, it's not going anywhere. I mean, like, I tried to put the tape on, it just didn't really want to stick, so I ended up just taking it off. Um, but I did fight with it a little bit. Yeah, let's not do that. All right, now it's time to put your hot end back on. Two screws. This is all super simple, super basic. If you've had a Bambu printer for a while, you've done this before. Um, if you're new to a Bambu printer, then this is going to be very helpful. I feel like sometimes, taking it all apart and putting it back together, you only learn more. Um, that was, I feel like, one of the best things about starting out with a printer that was not a Bambu. Um, I struggled with it. It helped me learn a lot about how the printer actually worked. Um, so now it's just all about restall. it took 3 screws. I'm sorry this isn't better focus. I was trying really hard. Kept wanting to focus on my hands for some reason. But the 3 screws that you took out, you're just going to put them right back in the same spot. Um, don't forget, you're going to have to tighten down your filament cutter. Once that is all done, you're done. And then you can get back to happy printing. Now it's time to plug in all our wires. Make sure to get these in straight. Um, you can put these in a little crooked. You could damage them by doing so. So, don't over push, don't push as hard as you can to get them back in. They will, once they're lined up properly, they will just slide right in place. No questions asked. Ah, that looks so good. I'm super happy with how that turned out. Now I'm going to be replacing the door. Now, the door that BIQU has, they have a few different colors. I went with the yellow. Yellow is my favorite color, so if you didn't know that, now you know. Just because you're colorblind doesn't mean you can't have a favorite color. Yellow is a very intense color for me. I think it just looks really good. The door is much lighter because it is not glass. It is like a plexiglass. Um, but you're going to be using some of the parts. So take off the handles. You're going to be reusing the hinges. There are little grommets that help seal everything up. They don't send it with grommets or new grommets. So you're going to be reusing those. I put it all together at first and didn't realize you're supposed to use those grommets, and everything was like super loose. Um, so get those back in. They are a little tough to get back in, especially in the handle, not so much in where the hinges are. So just, take your time with it. If you're going to go into freak out mode like I did, it's okay. We've all been there. Every time you do something, you're worried that, you broke or you're going to damage or anything like that. Remember, it's all fixable. It does look good on, I will tell you, with having the BIQU LED light upgrade. It is super bright in there, and having the yellow, you can really see your prints from across the room. Um, I am very happy with that. I wish the door was a little bit heavier. Um, but overall, especially because we're going to be using the Panda Glacier and Cryogrips, which those are, a bright blue, and with that yellow, it really pops from across the room. So it's real easy to see inside your printer if you're, worried about checking it, or you just like to watch your prints, sit back and just take in the peaceful printing noises that your printer is putting off. Sometimes it's peaceful just sit in the room and listen to your printer just print because you know what awesomeness is coming. That's what's great about it. All right, now it's time to just get the printer back up and running, do some test prints, um, starting off with the Cryogrip. The Cryogrip is my absolute favorite. This thing, I have not had a single bad print on it. I have not had a tree support fall because of it. The thing is just a beast. It is a little bit harder to get your print off, but I don't find that to be a bad thing. And I mean, you'll see just right here. I mean, it's just clean. It's easy to see, especially watching that first initial layer. You'll know that whether it's printing right. So I found this, just a mouse pad on Maker's World. I like to print those off every once in a while because I like to use them for visor um, visors for helmets. Like I cut them up into little pieces. I mean, I could just 3D model a square, but there's already a model there. It's real fast. What's the point of modeling something? Because I can just cut these to the size that I want, but the smoothness on the bottom is just unbelievable.
All right, so if you made it through that entire video, I want to say thank you. You are part of the Cool Kids Club. It really does mean a lot to me that you would watch my entire video or just watch anything that I do. I really do appreciate it, so thank you. When it comes to the BIQU products, the extruder, the Cryogrip's absolutely amazing. It's my favorite product. If you don't get anything else from this video, I strongly recommend trying out the Cryogrip. My print quality on those prints on that printer over the past month has been amazing. The print quality, I do believe, is also in tandem with the extruder. I was having a lot of issues with clogs and stuff like that on this printer specifically, and I think it's because of the plastic gears on the inside. Replacing that with all metal has just been a game changer, I think. I mean, time will tell, and I can give some updates if I run into any issues, but yeah, I mean, it's just overall the performance on the one printer compared to my other printers that are all stock, other than a build plate here or there, has just been by far the best. So check out these products. I think that you will benefit from them. I mean, anytime you can make a great printer better, why not? Prices are not crazy on any of it. I'm going to have some links down at the bottom in the description on where you can find these products. And if it works out for you, please drop a comment down and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We're almost fully monetized, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.